Thank you, thank you. Now on a lighter note, the most recent Australian bushfire season ravaged 18.6 million hectares of land. It took the lives of Australians and wildlife, excuse me, it took the lives of Australians and wildlife and destroyed numerous buildings, including almost 3,000 homes. With those homes went people's belongings and irreplaceable memories. All of this seems a bit like a distant memory since now the world we're living in is overwhelmed by a pandemic. Heard of it? And all of this together has ignited a flame, well, continued to ignite a flame, to a social justice revolution that I believe is beyond overdue. For some, myself included, objects and belongings seem worthless at times like these. However, these objects that we own, they are things that we cling to in times of crisis, things that remind us of loved ones, near, far, or gone, of home, family heirlooms, and comfort and convenience. Our computers and our phones, they connected us to the world during lockdown, with more people working, studying, and socializing online than ever before. Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Torrisi, and my Masterwork project is about the connection that we have as humans with objects. During my time at NIDA, I lost my nana. She unfortunately passed away. But if you came over to my house, you'd find her essence in the dining table and the wicker lounge, right down to Tupperware and even the clothesline out the back. These everyday, unassuming and domestic items, they keep her alive in my life, and they transport me to memories that I've shared with her. For example, when I hold my finger down on her broken toaster waiting for my toast to cook, I am transported to how she would eat 5 slices of bread for lunch every day because a doctor told her that it would lower her cholesterol. So, if I were to ask you to tell a story about me standing on this stage right now, what would that be? It's just me, a black stage, some black curtains, not a whole lot, I'm guessing. But what if I were to add this? Thank you, Daniel. Or this. These are props, or properties and objects. They play a vital role in storytelling. They give us time, place, and identity. This is what I have researched throughout my Masterwork process. I wanted to know the very how and why these properties and objects are inherently identifying to us. Thank you, Luca. Objects become meaningful to us because of the way we use them, and in turn, the meaning that we assign to them. Abstractly, all objects have the same value and worthiness until a human interacts with them. We place value, and then they transform. It's this very point that I wanted to explore from my masterwork. How do I make an object not just what it is, but what I see in it, or what we see in it? These concepts are so broad, varied, and interconnecting that I found it kind of difficult to synthesize it all down to a specific few makes. I went through many iterations of what this Masterwork project could be physically, but our objects and our relationship to them is quite hard to define and ever-changing. So ultimately, the premise of my Masterwork is capturing the intangible, memory embedded within objects. And so, I've created for you tonight a moment in time.
ma almeno stelle vegetabili sempre ci avevamo erbe aromatiche, basilico e puddisino. Ma ci mandava sempre all'otto per picchiare il basilico, ci rompeva 4 cimi e buttava e mendeva da finestra in un bicchiere di acqua. Questo basilico è sempre usato da pasta quando faceva la salsa per darci il sapore di basilico. Il puddisino è la stessa cosa. Da finestra c'era sempre un bicchiere di acqua. Io sono nato all'Australia, parente della Sicilia, e stavamo della fama a Marippa e avevamo un lotto di vegetali, tomati,
During my research, I read a quote by Anshul Malhotra which says, "Memory dilutes, but the object remains unaltered." This performance shows that for us. I have key items that I've found, like sound and lighting and even movement, and even the parsley that's in your hand, which is a scent of smell. And I've used these to create a story and feeling and memory. This performance shows you all what my research has shown me, that objects have a life cycle. They're enlivened by human connection. They live on in human memory and are either passed on in human memory or through story sharing, or they die. They're tossed aside, just waiting to be found and brought back to life. Props and objects, they help us visualize history, story, memory. They help us see complex events as things that are tangible and relatable. They give us history and proof of times that are past. Objects signify what doesn't need to be said. We absorb the world from around us in more ways than just what we hear and what we speak. The visual aspects of life show us subtleties and details and demands us to ask more questions. It is only in the world of objects that we have time and space. Thank you.